Braves are one strike away from winning the division.
Struck him out. The Braves are the kings of the East yet again. 6 straight division crowns for Atlanta.
What an amazing era we're in the midst of, as it has been a 6-year run of dominance in the East.
What a year it's been for the Atlanta Braves, and they deserve to enjoy this moment.
We're going to continue this celebration into the night, I know that much.
And one of the architects behind the dominance in the NL East is Brian Snitker, the manager of the Atlanta Braves, kind enough to join me once again here on High Heat. Snit, thanks for being with us. You're on the first show of the year. Couldn't think of anybody better to have on the program today. But I have to say, I would imagine you're ready to get going. In terms of games for real, what's your take?
Yeah, now, Alana, I think the guys are ready to get out of here. It's been a great spring. Guys have done everything we've asked. I think we've accomplished everything that we set out to do. And it's been it's been a nice, boring spring, which is a really good thing around here. So, but they are. I think guys are ready now to, to get in the air and go start this season.
Boring and healthy is what you want coming out of spring training. Last year, you tied a Major League Baseball record with 307 home runs. Is that the same approach this year with the lineup, Snit, or are you looking for more of a complete approach?
Well, you know what? I think it's just that's kind of how we're built. I mean, that's the guys we have. And the good thing is it's going to be basically pretty much the same lineup. You know, we added Jared Kellick, and we're excited about that. But other than that, everybody's the same. So, if they can go out and do the same thing, great. I think as long as we pitch, that offense will be really good.
Yeah, you mentioned pitching and Spencer Strider getting the nod on opening day. It had been Max Fried for the last few seasons. What what put Strider over the edge?
You know what? I think we could have went one of 2 or 3 ways, really, and not been wrong. I just think Spencer's body of work last year, everything he accomplished, and he earned this nod this year, and we're really happy. I'm happy for him. All the everybody that I talked to, and I told the guys a while back, kind of how we were leaning and what we were going to do. And you know what? They're all in. Everybody's all in. Spencer's had a great spring, and they're all healthy. So we kind of like the way we're going to shape up with our rotation.
Chris Sale, I thought, was a good get. I think Chris Sale has a lot left to give you guys. I know he didn't necessarily have the last couple of seasons he would have liked, but he's a very nice complement to an already good starting rotation. What have you seen from him?
It's been awesome. Everything that I've heard, I got a number of texts from guys that have been with him, teammates, coaches, and he's healthy. I mean, that's the thing. I think that Alex and his group, they do their due diligence, and we're really on him a lot last year. And I think it's been already been a great trade for us. He's fit right in the clubhouse. He brings instant credibility. He's a world champion, and we were really excited, and I am very excited to have Chris in our rotation.
You had mentioned most of your lineup is returning, and it's good. You have the same guys in that lineup. You know how they play. You know where to put them. But you do get Jared Kellick, who I think a change of scenery, you hear that all the time, could be good for him. Is he going to platoon with Duvall in left field? And what have you seen from Jared so far in your time in spring?
Well, I've seen a very talented young man. I mean, he's worked extremely hard. When we brought him in here, Alex and I had talked that we weren't going to platoon, but we didn't have Adam Duvall. And I talked to Jared about that. And Adam, Adam's a difference maker, and it's a different scenario now. And I don't know that it won't be, a bad thing for Jared and Adam to platoon. I think it'll be great for our club, and it's not like he's not going to hit against left-handers. It's he is going to get a lot of at bats against left-handers, but I think when you have Adam Duvall in the mix, it's a different animal.
Ronald Acuna Jr., perhaps you've heard of him. National League MVP, first of a kind in terms of a 40-70 season. Snit, is it possible for him to get better? I don't know how he can, but he seems to want to take his game to the next level.
He does. I mean, he's had a really good camp. And I don't know. I'm kind of under the impression that Ronald might be the only guy that's capable of breaking his own records. And I think all these young guys, I don't think any of them feel they're where they're going. I think they all feel they have something that they can work on to get better at. And Ronald's the same thing. I mean, he's constantly trying to get better. I know his defense, he puts a lot of pride in that. Offensively, I think as he gets going, I mean, he's not an old guy yet. He's still a young, talented player that I think he kind of feels like there's more in there.
Raisel Iglesias, a great closer in the game. How do you think the back end of your bullpen shapes up to get the ball to him in the ninth?
No, I like it. I like it a lot. I think, we have Joe Jimenez came in. They threw the ball extremely well at the end of last year, and he had a back problem that kind of, stalled him a little bit. But you got him. We added Pierce Johnson at the trade deadline, came in, did a great job. We have A.J. Minter back. I love all Bummer came from the White Sox. I mean, Dylan Lee is healthy again, and so I love our options that we have in the bullpen, and I think we got very capable guys of getting the ball to Iggy.
You guys start on the road, 3 at the Phillies, then 3 at the White Sox before you get to go home to Atlanta. You and I talked about this briefly off camera. Is spring training too long, Snit, particularly for those position players?
I think probably with position players, they've been ready for 10 days or more. But I think just from past experience, you need it all for the pitchers. I mean, I think it's just when you have shortened spring trainings for pitchers, whether it's injuries, illness, something like that, it takes them a while to get caught up. So, it probably is too long. But I think from personal experience, you need every bit of it for the pitching side of it.
All right, there's no reason that the Atlanta Braves cannot win their 7th straight NL East title, coming off a tremendous year last year. Brian Snitker, the manager of Atlanta, thanks so much for taking the time, Skip. We appreciate it.
All right, Alana, thank you.